What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 13, Episode 26. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? All right, now, I'm a little late. I pushed my live back a little bit because the Scene ATL's reunion was on, honey. And I must say that it was a long time coming. We did that reunion almost a month ago, and we did not know if that shit was gonna come out the way it was supposed to at all. We had a lot of issues going on with the editor and stuff like that, and it was to the point to where JT and Carl was like, "We just gonna put this shit out unedited, just raw footage all together. Y'all was gonna see every imperfection that happened during their reunion." But today at the 11th hour, we got the edited version of the reunion in JT's email this morning. So he came through clutch with the edited version this morning of this reunion. So what y'all just saw on Stylish TV was the edited version of the reunion. It wasn't unedited. This was all edited. We got the edits back literally this morning. So thank you, God, because I thought we was gonna look fucking crazy with that unedited ass shit, because it was a whole lot of stuff that happened. And because it was so long overdue, y'all saw y'all got a 2 hour and 33-minute reunion. A 2 hour reunion, and it was well worth it. I must say that it was kind of entertaining. Like I was at the, like, I didn't really watch the first well, as a matter of fact, I already saw the reunion before it came out. Me, Carl, and JT seen it on Discord, so we already watched it. So what y'all was saying, I had already seen. So I was actually looking at Love and Hip Hop while the first half of the reunion was on, because again, I had already seen it. But then once Love and Hip Hop went off, I said, you know what, a lot of my Scotty gang is probably over there in Stylish, probably watching the Scene ATL reunion. So let me push my live back to like 10:40, and that's what I did. That's why I pushed it back, because I knew a lot of y'all was over there, and I wanted to watch it with everybody else, even though I had already seen it this morning. So I must say that it was entertaining. It was entertaining. JT, not JT, Josiah and Nikki did a swell job at hosting. Everything was really last minute, and like I said, we're just happy that this phase is over. We can now put season 1 to a close, and now we can go into season 2. And I can tell you guys right now that everybody that you saw, with the exception of Carl, will be back next season. Me, Bando, JT, DeLon, and DJ will be back next season. Carl will not be like an official cast member. He's going to be like how Shawnee used to be. If you watch Basketball Wives, the very first season, you know how Shawnee will pop in and pop out, or something like that, like she did that last season she was on there. She popped in and popped out. That's how Carl gonna be next season. So it's gonna be me, Bando, JT, DeLon, and DJ, and like 5 new faces. And I kind of know who's gonna be on the cast already. And it's going to be a very interesting second season because of the dynamics of it all. And the whole purpose of the Scene ATL is to get people that know each other. And I know just about everybody that they're trying to bring on this damn cast. So there's some that I don't really know at all. There may be one person that I don't know at all, really. I know of them, but it's 2 people that I know of. But then there's other people that I do know for a fact. So the Scene ATL season 2 is going to be very different from season 1. And I know we normally get started at the 5-minute mark, but we're going to get started like around 6 or 7, because I just want to continue to talk about what we had going on. Season 2 is going to be a lot different. We learned from the mistakes that we made with season 1. There's going to be more hands in production. There's going to be more cameramen, because Carl filmed this whole season by himself. So, and this is while he was doing Chasing Atlanta. So he filmed this whole season by himself. So next time, so there was some people that came up to him and, came to him and was like, we see what you're doing. We want to help. There's a lot of people that's coming in to help. film the show. It's going to be filmed differently and much better than it was this time. So I'm very excited about season 2. We do know that we got a point to prove for season 2 because season 1 was a lemon. I always say that it was a lemon, and we made lemonade out of that lemon that we had. That's all I can say. But their reunion is worth the 2 hours to watch. It was a good reunion. I can't lie. It was really good. But anyway, let me see what moderators I got up in here so far before we get started. I see Norris, I see the Jail Slayer, I see Too Feisty, I see Gabby. So what I need for you guys to do while we're here is to make sure that the chat is clean, make sure everyone is engaging, and make sure that we light this chat up with nothing but fire emojis as we go into the 7-minute mark, okay? So let's light this chat up. It's 47 of you guys up in here, so let's get 47 people engaging, okay? And yes, but thank you guys for supporting the scene ATL. I really appreciate you guys supporting us, and I must say that this was a good season. I think they're going live about it Thursday. I should have went live about it tonight, but you know, being that we had, you know, Love and Hip Hop to do, I couldn't go live tonight. But yes. And we aired the reunion on the day that we were supposed to air every episode. Tuesday night. Period. Okay. So we're at the 7-minute mark. So let's go ahead and get into the review for Love and Hip Hop. So let's get started. So we're gonna start off with Spice and Renie. Okay. Now with everything that Renie got going on with her baby daddy's court case and all of those different things, honey, Spice decided to get Renie in the studio. Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know that Spice is not my favorite person. I don't like that blue-haired motherfucker for nothing in the world, but I do feel like she is a loyal friend when it's time to be, and when she's riding with you, she really rides with you. So my thing is, I do appreciate Spice, you know, coming to Renie and trying to take her out and just be like, girl, get back in the studio, put your feelings into your music. Let's do this in your music. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get into your music of it all. Let's do all of that. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Renie does need a little bit of a distraction, you know? And I never listened to Renie's music, but when I listen to her in the studio, her rapping style reminds me of Lotto. I don't know if y'all heard the same thing that I heard, but when I'm listening to her in the studio, it sounds like Lotto in the studio when she was in that booth. Like, you know how that, you know, that little cadence that Lotto has and things like that. That's how it sounded when she was in the studio. And I'm like, am I listening to Lotto or am I listening to Renie? Or do they just sound the same to me? I don't know. And I think Renie is from South Carolina. I don't think she's actually from Atlanta like Lotto is. So even with the way the accents was going, it just sound the same. But people say that Lotto be faking her ATL accent, child. Listen, I don't be trying to. Let me tell you something about me. I don't be trying to fake no accent because I don't even feel like I sound like Atlanta. I sound like straight up Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think I sound like no goddamn Atlanta. I don't. And I don't be trying to sound like it at all. Now, there are some pieces of it when I was on the phone with my mom and I was talking to her on the phone one day and she said, oh, baby, you've been in Atlanta for over a year. You sound like you're from Atlanta. At times, I can kind of hear it, but for the most part, y'all know I'm from Mississippi all the way. The Jacktown area, you know I'm from there. So this is what you hear. But I don't know if y'all hear Atlanta from me, but you definitely hear Mississippi from me. I do know y'all hear it. But yeah, I just feel like, she sounded just like Lotto in the studio. Maybe I need to give Renie's music, maybe I need to give Renie music a try. You feel what I'm saying? Because like when Light Skin Keisha came on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I had never listened to her music a day in my life. And when she got on Love and Hip Hop, I love Light Skin Keisha's music. Loved it. As L Teddy would call her Colorism Keisha. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments before we move on. Too Feisty says when you move your accent would naturally thin out. Okay. Let me see. When people try to affect an Atlanta accent they're not from here, it sounds a fool. And you'll pick up lingo and dialect where you live. And that is kind of true. I kind of see that sometimes. Like when I'm talking, at times I say, I kind of sound like these people. But, you know, being in Atlanta and being from Mississippi, people can hear the Mississippi all up and through me because they be like, I know you're not from here. Where you from? I said, I'm from Mississippi. And they be like, oh, yeah, I can hear it. So I don't know. I'm really into the whole accents of it all. Like I literally be chat GPTing about accents. I be watching YouTube videos about accents and stuff like that. Like I'm very interested and intrigued by different accents. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Okay. So, let's move on to the next scene. So we get Selma in the studio, and it's something about Selma. I'm not interested in Selma's music. You know what I mean? Like, people come on Love and Hip Hop and they want to sell their music, and that's what you're supposed to do. But my thing is, when it comes down to Selma, she doesn't make me interested in wanting to hear anything she's talking about. The only thing that I want to do is look at Selma because she pretty as fuck, but I don't care about nothing she's talking about. You know what I mean? I know that sounds so bad, but she doesn't make me interested in her music. I'd rather see her model some shit. I don't want to hear her do no damn music. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I like to look at Selma. I'm not interested in hearing her rap. When it came down to light skinned Keisha, I enjoyed her personality. I loved the way she looked, and it made me want to listen to her music. And when I listened to her music, baby, I was in it. I was all in her music, baby, because she sold it to me. So, watching people and stuff like that, it kind of makes you want to hear their music sometimes. So Zell the Monster, as Forrest Rocks used to call him, I really wish Forrest Rocks was still reviewing Love and Hip Hop. God, I know this is completely off topic, but baby, for the last couple of days when I'm at work, I have my playlist. Like, I know Rocks had a playlist of all of her Love and Hip Hop reviews, and baby, I listened to those old reviews, and Rock still have me dying at those reviews. Mona, bitch, I wish she was still reviewing Love and Hip Hop. Like, oh my God. I wish people love this show the same way that I still love this show. Okay. But anyway, so Zell pops in, and I'm just looking at Zell like, why are you here? Because I don't like your ass. So why the fuck is you here, baby? But he's here, and he brings a dude named Smooth with him. Now, Smooth is a manager, right? Smooth was managing Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige and shit like that. And we know that Selma is looking to elevate her brand because she feels like 24 really ain't open for her. And he's not really doing what he needs to do for her. And he's not really open for the co-management thing at all. So she needs to find somebody that will properly pour into her the way that her husband isn't pouring into her at all. And to be quite honest, as much as I ain't interested in nothing that she's talking about musically, because I promise you, I'm not interested in it at all. I'm not interested in none of her music. It's sad to say, but I ain't. But however, I will say that I do understand her plight, and I definitely understand where she's coming from with the whole little situation, because at the end of the day, I feel like if a motherfucker ain't really pouring into me, then why do I have them managing my career? It seems as though 24 is more so focused on his own shit, his own music, his own career, that he's not really focusing on Selma. And when it comes down to her speaking on the fact that she feels like he's not giving her the same attention or the same motion that he's giving himself, the only thing that he can say is, well, you living a good life. You ain't got to pay no bills. You ain't got to buy shit. I buy everything for you. I take care of you. I do this. But it's not even about that, though. It's not about that, 24. Like, you could talk about all the shit you do for her all motherfucking day, but that don't amount to anything when she's trying to get her career off the ground, and you're not really doing anything for her to get it off the ground because you're so focused on yourself and focusing on you that you don't even have the wherewithal to really focus on what she got going on. And that's just the truth. So why be mad when she wants to go and venture out into finding other people that can manage her? I don't see a damn thing wrong with her venturing out to find another person to manage her. What's wrong with that? Because you're not doing your motherfucking job. And that's why sometimes you husbands don't need to be a part of the goddamn business. Are you listening, Letitia Pearson? This is why some of y'all husbands don't need to be a part of the goddamn process. This is why. Because of bullshit like that. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I don't know what the hell you doing, but you're not doing shit for Selma with her cheating ass. You ain't doing nothing for her. So that's why she's stepping out the box to go and find somebody else that could do it for her. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like, let her do what she got to do. Let her do what she got to do for herself, and that's it. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. And why is Slim Thug on Instagram live talking about he would never be in a relationship with Meg because it's gonna be in the public? Baby, she never wanted your ugly ass. Ugh, this ain't got nothing to do with this video. Let me continue, child. So let's go into Lil Zane and Jock, honey. Now, you know, we all know that Zane is going through the situation with his brother. You know, his brother needs a kidney. Everybody needs to, you know, take out the time to get tested to see if they're a match. But he's struggling with this situation, right? So he's meeting up with Jock to look to him for some advice, and he explains the kidney situation. He was saying that he's afraid of doctors, he's afraid of needles, he's afraid of a lot of things. You feel what I'm saying? So Jock was like, well, are you going to get tested, you know, to go help your brother? Because this is your brother. You feel what I'm saying? So are you going to go and get tested? And Zane said, well, my mama done went and got tested. My siblings have gone and got tested, but I haven't. So Jock was like, so you didn't go get tested to go save your brother? And Zane was like, I didn't. And you can tell, no lies, you can tell that Jock was looking at Zane real funny. You can tell that he was. And he feels like Zane ass is feeling guilty because he ain't doing right by his brother. And if you want me to be honest here, right? He wrong for that. Because, and you should feel guilty. Let me tell y'all something. Now, everybody ain't gonna do it, but this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all know how I feel about my baby brother, and you know how my baby brother feels about me. If you watch the show, then you know. Okay? My thing about the situation is, if my brother needed a kidney, bitch, I will walk back to Mississippi to go and get tested so he can see it, so I can give him one. I don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's my brother. That's who I live for. And at the end of the day, that's who I'm gonna do. If it's to save his life, I would sacrifice my own goddamn self to save him. You know what I mean? I will cross the ocean. I will bring him the moon. I will be his hero, his strength, anything he needs. Okay, I will be all of that. I will be the sun in the sky and light his way for all time. Because I promise you, for you, I will. I will do that for that boy because that's my baby brother. That's like a son to me. I will do it all for him. So to see young Jock, to see Zane really be selfish and not want to help out his brother is kind of crazy to me. I'm not saying he got to, but it is kind of weird that you don't want to help your brother. It is kind of weird. You feel what I'm saying? And then he said, I ain't told my mama that I haven't got tested because I know that she's going to feel away. And right now I feel crazy because I haven't gotten tested and I feel this way and I feel that way. But you should feel crazy because what's the purpose? Why? I get that you scared of doctors. I don't like doctors either. I don't even like going to the doctor. I don't like checkups. I don't like doing any, I don't like going to the doctor. I said that many times. I know I don't. But the thing is, though, this is your brother, though. And if you could save your brother's life, there's a possibility that you didn't even go get tested to even see if you could save your brother's life. Like, at least go get tested to go see. And if you can, that's your choice on whether or not you're gonna do it. But if you can't, then you can't say that you didn't try. You're not even trying, Zane. And that is kind of weird. And it would make me look at you real crazy because it's like, bitch, you won't even say your own damn brother. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, what we doing? It's weird. No lies. It's weird, baby. It is, but it is what it is. Like, but at the same time, just like the jail slayer said, I would like to know the dynamic of that relationship between him and his brother. Because I want to know, are y'all close? Because if y'all close like me and my brother is, then baby, you need to figure that out. Because what the fuck going on, baby? Why you don't want to say your brother? That's all I'm saying. So he said, I got my own family to think about. Like, I got my own. It's so selfish. Do you hear me? It's so selfish. And at the same time, I understand, I get it. He does have his own family to focus on and to worry about. Like, he do. But I don't know. It just don't come across as like he really even gives a fuck about, what's going on. Like it just feel like he don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. But if you was close to your brother, it wouldn't be no doubt in your mind to go do that. But like I said, I can't project my own shit to these damn reality TV characters. But all I'm saying is, yeah, not cool. In my opinion. So we get into Erica Banks and Selma, which is so crazy that these girls are doing scenes together because at one point in time they could not get along for nothing in the world because Erica did not want to work with Selma. And so Selma confides in Erica about her management situation. She's telling Erica Banks that I need new management because I'm really trying to get, you know, get this stuff together, but it just feels like my husband really not seeing the vision that I'm seeing, and it's very hard to do because he's not seeing it that way. And Erica was like, I think that 24 is holding Selma back. To be honest, he is holding her back. You want to know why he holding her back? Because she's a cheating motherfucker. That's why he holding her back. He don't trust her. He don't see it for her. He don't think that she gonna do the right thing. He don't think that. He really believes that this girl is out here fucking around, and he really believes that this girl ain't gonna do right when she's out there with other folks. So he don't trust her. And I wish he would just say that. That's why he feel like he gotta hover around her and manage her, micromanage her every move because he don't trust her ass. And to be honest, he got every right not to trust her because she is giving her pussy away. So he got a right not to trust her. But just say that. That's why you want to be around so bad. That's why you want to see what the fuck she doing because you don't trust her. And it's okay if you don't, because she's not a trustworthy mother. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't. And we ain't gonna act like she is. You feel what I'm saying? Let's continue on. So Erica said, and plus Selma be cheating. She be cheating, and she do. And that's just it. You feel what I'm saying? So then Queen Key arrives. And they start, Queen Key was like, so what y'all talking about? She sounded like she smoked a pack of Newports every day. Not one, not two, but a whole pack every day. But here go Queen Key. What y'all talking about? And so that's when someone was like, well, girl, I'm over here talking to Erica about my management situation because my husband's my manager and I need me another manager, girl. And I just need somebody that's going to look after me. And so here go Queen Key. Well, girl, management always helps. You feel what I'm saying? Management will always help the situation because I just need somebody that's going to represent me the way that I need for them to represent me. Like, don't say some shit that I wouldn't say. Don't do some shit that I wouldn't do. And you better defend me when I'm not around. That's the type of person that I need. All that other shit. So Erica says that Selma, you should invite Sierra to the mixer. Because I feel like you and Sierra got off on the wrong foot. And if me and you could bury our issues, then I feel like you and Sierra could bury y'all issues. And then Selma said, well, I do want to have a conversation with Sierra. And then that's when 24 shows up. And Selma was like, what you doing here? And he was like, I'm here to pick you up like you asked me to. And then she was like, well, I didn't mean for you to show up in here. And he was like, well, I'm here because you told me to pick you up. So then Selma starts having this management conversation in front of the girls, which I feel like she shouldn't be having this conversation in front of them. But it gets awkward because she said, well, I was just in a studio and Zale brought in a manager. He manages Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige. And I think that he would be good for me. And then that's when 24 said, but the thing is, he manages Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige, though. You independent. So he might feel like he ain't making no money with you. So he not going to do as much with you as he would a Keisha Cole or a Mary J. Blige. So off the rip, Selma starts getting defensive. And Selma is like, well, what do you mean he won't make no money with me? It's what the fuck he said, Selma. You are independent. You don't have that much of a name, baby. You don't have much of a name, so he's not going to make the same amount of money with you as he makes with a Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige. So you are someone that he has to build from scratch because you ain't got shit going on. And baby, I didn't know you until you came on this damn show. You feel what I'm saying? So what 24 said was absolutely correct. Now, in the company that he said it in was kind of fucked up, but he didn't lie. He ain't smooth, ain't going to make that much money with you. He not. Where you gonna perform at? Not State Farm, not the Mercedes Arena, not the stadium. Not even Fox Theater. You gonna perform at the club. Ain't nothing wrong with you performing at the club, but that's where you gonna be at. You ain't gonna make him no money, girl. You not. And that's just the truth of the matter, baby. It just is. So, oh, girl, it's just a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. But yeah, that argument was very awkward, and I don't know why the hell they doing it in front of them. I just don't know why. So we get into Spice and Carly. That they discuss Selma's party. She's having like this industry party and stuff like that. And that is when Spice had told Carly, well, that Selma said that Zell had brought in a manager for her, and that's when Carly rolled her eyes, because Carly don't fuck with Zell like that in the least bit. She don't fuck with Zell at all, and I kind of don't blame her for not fucking with him, honey. But so then, Renie arrives and she starts saying how she been stress eating during this whole ordeal with her baby daddy and stuff like that. And so Carly was like, well, you have gained weight. So are you pregnant? And Renie was like, you trying to call me fat? She was like, girl, I'm Carly. I'm nosy. And when I notice something, I got to ask the questions. So are you pregnant? And then that's when she revealed that she was pregnant. Listen. Pregnancies are beautiful. I'm not a woman, so I never know how that feels. But pregnancies is beautiful. Motherhood is amazing. It really is. Bringing in another life will probably be the biggest thing a person can do, right? But, Renie, I like you. You a likable person. You one of the likable people on this show. You're very authentic, and I really root for you, right? So I'm saying this for all of the care in the world right now. I love the fact that you're excited about your child coming into this world and things like that. But why continuously have babies with niggas like the dude that's going to jail? Because you already told us that you've been through this before with your past baby father. And it's like now you're doing this with this person. And I don't think that is conducive to your growth. I feel like you deserve much better than what you are accepting. And I feel like you should do better for yourself. This ain't me looking down on nothing you got going on. Because, baby, people say things about me in the men that I've chosen or have chose. And I don't give a fuck about what they say. But just looking at the shit that you've gone through already, it just sucks to see you going through it again. It's like history repeating itself all over again. And I don't really like to see that for you, because I really think you deserve something else. You feel what I'm saying? Like you a sweet girl, and you really got the potential to be so much more. You do. You got the potential to be so much more. And I feel like you squander yourself when you put yourself in these precarious situations, in my opinion. Situations. So I don't know. I'm happy that you happy, but I just feel like you need more in your life. Oh my God. I hope I don't sound judgmental, y'all. Do I sound judgmental? Because that's not ever, I never want to come across judgmental or preachy in my reviews, especially when I'm talking about women. I don't want to come across that way. But as a man that has a lot of female friends, and I see this shit all the time, like, I just want to tell you the same things. I want to say the same things in my reviews that I would say to my homegirls. Like, girl, you deserve better than this. Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, why you out here with this nigga? You deserve better. You are better. Like, what are we doing? You feel what I'm saying? This is what I would say to my homegirls back home. It's a lot of niggas that was fucking with it. I felt like that didn't deserve them. They felt like that's what they would deserve, but I didn't. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, Renie, congrats on the kid and stuff, but that's really it. That's all I got for that. And Spice said Renie got a lot of work to do, and she do. So beginning to Zane, he meets with his mama, y'all. And let me tell y'all, I don't like talking about people mama. I don't, because I knock you in the face with a brick if you talk about my mama. But let me just tell y'all, it's something about that mama of his that I don't like. I might be the only one that don't like Zane mama. It makes me miss Mama D and Shirlene and Mignon. It made me miss those Love and Hip Hop moms on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't like Zane mama. I just don't like her. She's like a one note ball of anger every time I see her. And she demands shit all the time. I don't like her. I don't know why, but I don't. So while he meeting with his mama was talking about how she been stressing out about Zane's brother and the whole kidney transplant situation. And she said that she noticed that there was no test for him. And then that's when he revealed to her that he didn't get tested. And she was like, okay, so why didn't you go get tested? He said that he's terrified. And he's scared of doctors, he's scared of surgeries, like he's terrified of this whole situation. And so she said, I just want to know, and I'm not trying to do what you think I'm finna do, but I just want to know, did Ashley have anything to do with this? I need to know, did Ashley have anything to do with you changing your mind and you not wanting to do this? Because I need to know this. Did she have anything to do with it? And so he did say that he talked to Ashley, and then she was like, well, what did she say? And she was like, well, Ashley, it was scared. She was scared to lose me. And then that is when the mama was like, well, Ashley don't have no say so over nothing. She shouldn't be saying nothing about anything and all this other stuff. You shouldn't even be talking to her about this. You shouldn't be saying nothing to her about this. Now, that's what the mama was saying. And for me, it's like, how you gonna tell Zane that he shouldn't talk to his own wife about what's going on with him and him having to go get tested for a kidney transplant? Don't you think that he should talk to his wife about this shit? Like, I don't understand why you feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand why you feel like he shouldn't talk to her. You feel what I'm saying? Like, why do you feel like he shouldn't talk to her? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird to me, and with the way that she thinks, if that makes sense. Like, the way that she thinks agitates the hell out of me. It really do. Like, it agitates me because I'm just like, girl, like, what the fuck are you even discussing, and what the fuck are you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Like what we doing here? Because you don't want her to talk about it, but I mean, you don't want her to have nothing to say, but that is his wife, and that's her right to have something to say. Like, of course she's going to feel away. Like, I don't feel like Ashley told him not to do shit. I don't feel like that. But I do think that at the end of the day, she had every right to feel whatever way she wanted to about it. That's just me. Um, and for you to say she ain't got no input is crazy to me. Then she said Michelle has been supportive, but Ashley hasn't. And see, this is the reason why Ashley has an issue with Zane's people, is because they still frolicking around with Michelle, and they like Michelle over her, and that's his wife. Like, that's his whole wife, and they don't respect her. So my thing is, you want her to get along with your mama, you want your mama to get along with Ashley, but I don't feel like you set any boundaries with these folks. I really don't think you do. And I really think that you really need to step up a little bit and let them know that this is my wife and she has a right to her feelings and her opinion. And I feel like by you not setting any boundaries with this situation, it's the reason why your mama feel like she can disrespect Ashley whenever she wants to. So Zane invites his mama to a family camping trip, and he wants her and Ashley to make up. And she's not really for it, but at the end of the day, she's gonna do it because Zane asked her to. I foresee this trip not being nothing but more of the same thing. Ashley gonna scream, she gonna yell, she gonna cry, and the mama not gonna give a fuck about nothing that's being said and nothing that's going on. Like, that is really what the tea is going to be. If you feel my drip, if you get my drip, that's what the tea is going to be. Like, honestly, she not gonna care about nothing. So we get to the industry mixer. Selma, Erica, and Queen Key performs. And then Smooth says that he loves the energy that's going down. And Queen Key starts talking about how she don't like major labels, and that's the reason why she don't want a major label. Because she feels like they don't value the artists. They have way too much control, and they don't do right by their artists. You hear this same song and dance with a lot of people that have had record deals. You know, a lot of times record deals don't allow you to have your own voice. Sometimes record labels don't allow you to have creative control. They want you to do what they want you to do. And that's not always the best thing to do, is to let, to follow suit on what a record label wants you to do. Because at the end of the day, it's your music, is your talent. So you're probably going to do it however you see fit. You know what I mean? And I don't see nothing wrong with you doing it as you see fit, because that's what you should be doing. But I personally think that it's like pros and cons to everything. The pros is they have the financial backing, but the cons is you got to answer to them. Like, say for instance, Queen Key, you want to do a rap album. You put that out, it does amazing. Your next album, you want to do something a little bit more mainstream. I'm still gonna rap, but I want to make some pop rap. If you had success with being just this ratchet hip hop gorilla style girl, then that's the lane that they're gonna want you to stay in. They're never gonna let you grow. They want to stay in what makes them money. So then you're forced to have to do stuff on your own. So as an independent artist, you can put out an album whenever you want to. You can make whatever kind of music you want, and you're going to get all that money back that you're going to recoup. You ain't got to worry about paying nobody back. You ain't got to worry about paying back no label, because you're doing it on your own. But that's also costly to be an independent artist. I see it all the time with Carl. I see it all the time with Tramiel. I see it all the time with DJ. It's costly to be an independent artist. Spice feels like Key don't know how to handle business, and she saw that when she had her come to a studio session that she wasn't there for. So then Erica and her girlfriend discuss what kind of manager she needs, and she says that we need a manager that is going to push her to the next level. We can't have no old ass manager from back in the day, because they're going to do shit grassroots style, and you can't do a grassroots style in 2026, which you can't. So then 24 explains everything that he does for Selma. And we already know what you do for Selma. And I just feel like we get it. But that's besides the point, though, 24. Zell feels like Queen Key needs to shut the fuck up. She do. Then Key says that she doesn't think that Selma is that serious about her career. How do you feel like she's not that serious about her career when you had Spice, who was a renowned dancehall artist, to come to the studio and you weren't even there? You could have got a song with Spice and you weren't even there. So what are you talking about? She ain't serious. Then she continues talking about how she's anti-label. And then I feel like 24 derailed that meeting with their manager on purpose, because he don't want her to have no manager. He wants to be in control of everything. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. So then Erica comes and gets Selma. She talked to Sierra to go and talk to Sierra. So Sierra and Selma starts having the conversations. And what's so crazy is Sierra don't mind her own fucking business. And now that she done went through her own marital issues, now she wants to come over to Selma and have a conversation and apologize to her for sticking her nose where it didn't belong. But your fake chiseled ass nose didn't belong in that girl business, and you knew that. And you knew that. So my whole point is, why are we apologizing now? You should have known that. Like, what, it doesn't matter what Cooley said. It don't matter how he blurted the shit out, which he did blurt the shit out. Now he did do that, but it don't matter. You had no business being in it, and it didn't have nothing to do with you, and you was minding everybody's business but your own. And look at you now, divorced. And so that's when 24 comes over, and 24 really don't want to talk to Sierra, and she apologized to Sierra, but 24 really wasn't trying to hit. And then that was pretty much the end of the episode. Y'all, listen. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is really good this season, and Mona bitch might not be over it anymore, but it's definitely found its footing, and I love it, y'all. So I'm out of here, y'all. Make sure y'all go and watch the Scene ATL season 1 virtual reunion. It was really good. If you got 2 hours to spare, baby, go watch it, because it's very entertaining, honey. It's entertaining as fuck, okay? But with that being said, y'all, I am out of here. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Yes for the Mess and the Chasing panel. Talk to you soon. Bye.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catch a face, shots fired, catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact the bitch, I'm the reason. When it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up, don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho, don't ever play us. This the real hustle, we make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit, talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast, fucking with the best. Get money on the east, plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run this out. Bitch, we outside, what you talking about? Who the fuck is me? Know who the fuck